Hello everyone and welcome to This Day. Today is Thursday, November 30th, and I'm your host, Bobby Higgins. Coming up on the show today, we have Global Harmony Symphony. It is time for the OC Handel's Messiah Sing and Play Along. Performers Alita and Raymond are here to tell us all about this great upcoming event. And also on today's show, we have Dr. David Mulhall, orthopedic surgeon with Memorial Care. If you or anyone you know has ever struggled with a hip or a knee needing replacement surgery, then you are in the right place to find out about all your treatment options. And now let's take a look at today's Stay Informed. It's time to solidify your Christmas dinner plans. If you'd like the joy of gathering around a great meal but would like to bypass the work of putting it all together, then the Christmas buffet is the perfect solution. It is recommended you head over to Clubhouse 5 and purchase your tickets today. Tickets went on sale this morning at 8 a.m. and they will mostly sell out by tomorrow or Saturday at the latest. The Christmas buffet is $30 for adults, $15 for kids, 6 to 10 years old, and free for children 5 and younger. And now taking a look at the weather, we finally did get some rain last night, and it's still a little wet out there at the moment. And just so you know, we may still have a brief shower or two this morning sometime before noon. Today will be mostly cloudy though, with a high of 63 and a low of 49. Tomorrow on Friday, it'll be cool and partly sunny with a high of 65 and a low of 46. Going into the weekend, it'll be mostly sunny and pleasant as the temperatures bump up a little bit each day. On Monday, it'll be beautiful and we'll have plenty of sunshine. And just looking ahead to next week, the temperatures will continue to rise and it's going to be a beautiful week next week. Now looking at the sunrise and sunset, here is a picture of Elf on the Shelf. It's time to bring out the Elf on the Shelf. If you like this tradition, my kids love to see all the shenanigans that our elf Timmy gets into every year. Today's sunrise is at 6:36 a.m. and your sunset tonight, it will be at 4:43 p.m. If you would like to have your photos seen here on this day, please email them to us. We'd love to see them at lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Stay with us. We have a great show coming up next is Global Harmony Symphony. But first, let's take a look at today's meetings.
Hi, I'm Vince Ferragamo. I spent some of my best years as an NFL quarterback, but today I've got a new team, and we're helping seniors who spent their best years fighting for our country, defending our freedom, and informing the nation. Our hometown heroes need help. AgeWell Senior Services is their lifeline. Nonprofit AgeWell can do all of this because you care enough to give. Please join me in supporting AgeWell. Donate today.
Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From a delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials. At 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio. Or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
Time for the annual OC Handel's Messiah Sing-Along and Play-Along. Don't forget to play along. We welcome performers Alita Braxton and Raymond McLeod. Thank you both for joining us.
Pleasure to be here.
Thank you for having us.
What instrument will you be playing this time?
I will be, I'm doing the play-along.
The jug, and you're playing the jug, that would be great.
Or maybe the E-flat kazoo.
Good, right? Oh my gosh, I didn't know I had so much potential in this performance.
I'm so excited.
So it's a fun event, right? It's a fun community event. Tell us a little bit about it in general, the sing-along,
Messiah sing-alongs are generally, they're kind of like a new phenomenon. Because normally it was like everybody stand up and sing, and you sing, and then they sing. But the sing-alongs came along like 20 years ago.
Oh,
now,
more, 30. Yeah, Roger.
But everybody's doing them now.
LA Master Crowd.
This is the first time I've heard of a play-along.
Okay.
This is a first for me. Have you done one before?
I have not, but I've seen a couple advertised. Yeah. This will be our first play-along.
And it's coming up. We have the flyer on the screen. It's coming up on the 4th. It's just around the corner.
A week away.
Yeah. So we're really close. And have you guys ever done the one here in Orange County before?
I have not.
Probably have. I've done a lot of
Okay.
Messiahs through the years.
Okay.
But
Okay.
mostly back east, New York area.
Now, Alita, you're homegrown. You
Homegrown,
grew up
native
here.
Angelino.
Native Angelino. You went to Cal State Fullerton
Cal State
for some of your
Fullerton.
training. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Oh, well, I started off as a child. No.
And
Well, I went to school, LA Unified School District, when we had music in every school, no matter where you were. So I was very lucky. My parents wanted us to have all kinds of music. My dad was an animator, so he had to work with music.
George of the Jungle.
Yep. My dad was a
George of the
director for
Jungle?
George. Yeah, my dad was the first
Oh,
black
I grew up
animator in
on-
Hollywood.
I grew up on George of the
There
Jungle.
you go.
Watch
So
out for that tree.
That's right.
And Captain Crunch commercials. But anyway,
Crunch, oh my God.
but he was exposed to a lot of music, and he wanted us to have that. So when the LA school started offering instruments and choir, I did cello, did choir in school. I switched to viola, and wound up as first chair viola at Fairfax High. Yes, where I met
There
my
you
friend
go.
Valerie Geller, who connected me with this function.
Oh, there
so
you go.
yeah, went on.
Valerie's
to,
been around Orange County
Yeah.
for ever. She's been doing stuff, great stuff. I'm not trying to age her. I'm just saying she has some great experience and she knows people. She's just off camera and she's very mad at me right now. But, but she's been around and she's been putting these things together and bringing great performances like the Messiah, the Handel's Messiah coming up for so many years.
Yeah.
It's just so great.
And she's a gracious person too.
Yeah.
Really nice.
And you're a
person.
Titan as well.
Yes,
Go
Cal State
Titans.
Fullerton. Turns out the
Here we-
choir director, Eileen Her and I worked at Cal State Fullerton together. So, yeah, I feel very lucky. I've gotten some music in my background. And I've gone on to LA Master Chorale, LA Opera. I just did a production with San Francisco Opera. And I've done film soundtracks. And Ray and I worked together with LA Opera, Master Chorale, film, et cetera, et cetera.
Now, and Ray, you guys have worked with each other for many, many years, but you
Like
also
30 years, yeah.
you came up through Texas educational
Texas, that's
system,
right.
which is, you know,
Well,
yeah.
not only that, I didn't come up singing. I came up playing football and basketball.
There you go. Well, you don't look
Switched-
like you're big enough to play football or basketball. I'm like,
I know. I've
he's a
slimmed it
giant.
down.
He's a wimp. He's just a little wimp.
And switched in college to music.
Okay, great.
Went
Yeah,
on.
well, and on football, I mean, I worked in Texas for a couple of years, lived there, and let me tell you, football is, I mean, you
the
could not
religion.
be part of the football
That is correct.
experience. Either you played, or you had family who played, or you did something, right?
Or they took you out in the alley and beat you. Or
Yeah.
with that.
Well, there's a real quick joke. There was a story. One of the officers told me, he goes, when a baby's born in this town, we put a football and a bottle next to them, and if they go for the bottle, try again.
That's right. Move the bottle further away. That's
No,
right, Jimmy.
You want to grab
did
them for
it
the
good.
football
That's right.
first.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So, but so what got you to switch in college? What you said? Hey, this
Well, it's
hit you?
kind of a long story, and maybe we'll do another version of it. But I got offered an opportunity to change from a basketball scholarship to a music scholarship, and I took it.
Oh wow.
And immediately went into the opera world, and then moved to New York, and immediately went into the Met. And
Now, did you have any background at all? Is it something that kind of spoke to you, but you just never?
I've thought
went
about it
for?
over the years, and I don't think so. I grew up in El Paso, so Mom was always playing, K-Hey, the country western station on the radio. So I grew up with country western music.
Oh, that's all they have down there in El
And-
Paso.
And how I got involved in opera, it's just like, okay, I'll do it. It's
Okay.
weird. It was weird.
If I must.
It was weird.
Yeah. So, all right, I'm gonna put you guys on the spot, which I feel you're not that shy. So, just for a second, we give you a little sample, and I'll do this if we need to for the play along. Give me a little sampling of what we might hear from you guys.
You first?
O thou that tellest good tidings to Zion, arise, shine, for thy light is come. How's that?
Okay, that was great, and I didn't dare
The
interrupt with
trumpet
this.
shall sound, and the dead shall be raised, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible.
My goodness.
spit there.
So,
Ooh,
yeah.
Alita and Ray, I don't know if we can get you guys to come out of your shell anymore.
Sorry about that. Well, my little
Hey, you
It's
asked.
terrific.
You asked.
I hope-
would have done Hank Williams.
No, let me tell you something. In the studio, that was amazing. I hope the sound at home was just as amazing. I hope you guys have some really great speakers at home if you're watching at home. That is amazing. And what's it like for you guys to kind of do a performance where there's an audience participation, where they're not just kind of being, clapping like this, but they're really engaged with like a sing-along and play-along?
I find it fun, and the audiences
it's
are
great.
receptive. And the audiences tend to be either just total amateurs who just want to sing, and some pros who used to sing and some pros who are still singing. It's like
Yeah.
for lack of a better word, it might sound corny, but like one big family. So it's not just us and them, it's all of us.
Everybody participation. I'm really looking forward to the play along because I've never been involved in one of those. So, normally you have an orchestra. If it's a large orchestra, it's got like 60 pieces. I'm assuming there's going to be like 150,
I know.
200, who knows?
I might crack out my
65
viola.
violins sawing away, oh my Lord.
Sing and play, sing and
Oh,
play.
my
Well, to me, I would think as a performer, if I knew there was going to be some sort of it would take kind of the pressure off of like this whole I have to be, it makes it more of a community thing. Hey, we're all in this together,
Absolutely.
right?
Right.
That's
Absolutely right.
that's what community is about.
Yeah.
And anytime you can sing together, whatever it is,
Yeah.
it brings us all together as one big musical family.
That's
Or
so
family
cool.
of Earth. That sounds really cool. I'm sorry. Oh, it's going one little high to my
So, and we
mom.
brought a score for you so you can
Oh, yeah.
learn and sing
Oh
along.
goodness. Okay. We're in serious trouble.
We brought the jug version.
I'm barely paid to talk. If you guys want to sing, that's a whole other level. We don't.
Oh, I forgot to give a quick mention about a little bit of music background. I did luck out. My mom worked for Roberta Flack for 5 years. So Roberta was a wonderful influence on our music.
So it's interesting. I feel like there's no way you weren't going to grow up and become something in the world of arts and performance, right? With your background and that kind of thing. Was that a household that was just amazing to be in, like something different going on all the time?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Maybe. Besides the
let's talk
childhood
about
trauma.
football
Well,
for a
no.
while.
Besides the childhood trauma.
Actually, no,
take
my
that
mom
out of the
was
picture.
not a musician, but she has a good ear.
Okay.
So when I would practice, she would know if I was, that's off pitch. She would, you need to work on that passage. She would know what to listen for.
Oh, that's interesting.
My dad was,
Okay.
his mom was not encouraging in music, but he loved it so much that he pursued it.
Okay.
So along with being an animator, he was also a guitarist and singer.
Okay.
So like I said, our household had everything from Brahms to Bach to Ray Charles to Stevie Wonder.
So what was your
My dad was in the Army.
Well, I was gonna say
My
your
mom was in
transition-
the Army.
My dad was in the Army.
They were probably you're switching from basketball to what?
And that's exactly how it went. What? What's happened? That's exactly how it went.
Great. So, Handel's Messiah, let's talk a little bit more about that before we go. I want to recap that. When it's coming up on the 4th, really close, tickets are still available and all that kind of fun stuff, right? And we can get out there and have some fun.
Yeah.
What are you guys looking forward to most about this?
Fun about it.
That was
I'm
the
looking
question.
forward to the play on. Oh, we're looking forward most to.
Working with Valerie.
There we go. Thank you so much.
We're looking
Thank you
forward
so
to.
much.
We're looking forward to making music.
Okay. Yeah.
Making music, I think, is for me. It's as essential as breathing. So anytime we can do this together, and we like to work together, and the people we're singing with, the tenor soloist is a young man I've known for a while since he was a teenager. A guy named Zach Beaker. His dad was the pastor at a church where I was working.
Okay.
I don't know the soprano, but it'll be fun to sing with our pals and sing with new people.
Well, if you don't have a soprano, you can pull one out of the audience. It sounds
Yeah, I
like
mean, I think that's the kind of thing it is.
seems kind of loosey-goosey.
Come on down.
Round-up orchestra, that's right.
We need 2 more sopranos.
Yeah.
And I'll tune in my knee for the night. It's going to be December
you go.
4th.
Absolutely.
OC Handel's Messiah, play along and sing along.
All right, here's
Yes.
trivia for you.
Oh,
Trivia.
Before we go.
What other famous composer was born the same year as Handel?
Come on. There's no way.
That's it, huh?
That's it. I'm done.
He was the first composer on television, right? No. No. But Bach was born the same year as Handel.
Oh, really?
And
Yeah,
that
okay.
surprised me.
Yeah.
We were like thumbing through trivia on the way down.
Okay.
We're trivia nuts. That's another
Well,
hobby.
you're nuts for sure. I'll give you that. Alita and Raymond, thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure
Make
was
sure
all
you
An
have
honor. Thank you for having us.
Thank
Thank
you
you
Make
so
sure you
much.
have Handel's Messiah. It's going to come up December 4th. It's going to be a great show.
Come sing with us. Come sing.
Here we I can't get him to stop. Hold on one second. All right. You're watching This Day on Village Television. Thanks. We'll be right back.
Joint care so exceptional, you'll wish you'd done it sooner. At Memorial Care, we're voted high in patient satisfaction for a reason. Our specialized surgeons and care teams understand the pain you're going through, as well as the best personalized treatment to get you back to what you love sooner. With nationally recognized care, advanced technology like our Precision Mako surgical system, and support that's always by your side. Get ready to go forth with renewed joy. A new movement awaits at Memorial Care Orthopedic and Spine Institute.
I want to welcome you back to the program. We have Dr. David Malho here with us, and he is with the Memorial Care Saddleback Medical Center, orthopedic surgeon, hip, knees. I'm going to get your card before you go because I've been playing too much basketball all my life. Welcome to the program, and tell us a little bit about yourself and your time here with Memorial Care.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's great to be here. I'm a hip and knee replacement surgeon. I just moved to California a couple months ago with Memorial Care. Really excited to be here. I did my training on the East Coast at Albert Einstein in New York City, then at Yale, where I did my orthopedic surgery residency, and then I did my subspecialty fellowship training just in hip and knee replacement surgery.
Oh, wow.
Over at Connecticut Orthopedics, affiliated with Yale and Hartford Hospital.
Now, is there a story behind why you decided to have this as your specialty? I mean, usually people are like, okay, this spoke to me, or I really enjoyed this process.
I really love the results that it gives to patients. I mean, the relief that people have when they've been fighting arthritis for years, sometimes decades, is really quite satisfying. And to see somebody tell you, oh, I just turned over in bed and it didn't hurt, or I went for a walk outside and it wasn't miserable, is really rewarding and really makes my life enjoyable.
Now, in my lifetime, not yours, you're younger than me, but in my lifetime, when I was younger, a hip replacement or knee replacement was days, if not weeks in the hospital, lots of rehab, and today it seems like it's it's practically an outpatient, not just yet, but it's close to it.
There have been a lot of advances lately with, in the last 10, 20 years in the approaches that we use. I do an anterior hip approach, which wasn't that common before the 1990s. They were actually doing it at Yale in the 70s. They were a little bit ahead of the game in that respect. But it's an approach that doesn't cut muscles. It doesn't cut through the gluteus maximus like the posterior approach does. You really just push aside the sartorius and tensor fasciae lata very gently, and you get right down to the hip. It's a little bit trickier in some respects, but once you get trained on it, people really recover a lot faster. People look good on the first day after surgery. They don't look miserable like a post-operative patient.
Yeah, and that was the big thing, cutting through so much the muscle and everything that was the recovery. It wasn't so much the replacement part
exactly.
of it. Right.
And I've sent a lot of my patients home the same day after surgery. You can get up and walk on it immediately, and it's been a huge advance. And with the knee replacements, a lot of the anesthetic changes, the approaches have gotten smaller, and the rehab has gotten a lot better in the last few decades.
Yeah, just kind of the fine tuning over the years, right?
So I'm sending my total knee patients out, a lot of them the same day too, if they want.
Wow.
Some of them want to stay a night in the hospital just to make sure they're up and walking safely, but tons of people are going home the same day these days.
Okay. We have a little bit of an aged community here in the village, and part of life seems to be knee pain, ankle pain, hip pain. What can folks do to maybe stave off or prevent a major surgery? Is there anything we can do towards the health of those things?
So I'm very conservative in how I treat patients. I don't offer surgery until everything has been exhausted. All the non-operative treatment has been exhausted. I typically have patients start with Tylenol, Motrin, over-the-counter anti-inflammatories if they can tolerate them. If those aren't helping anymore, we can often do corticosteroid injections directly into the joint, which can provide months of relief for a lot of patients. And some people can go years with the injections, years with the medications, and not need a hip replacement or a knee replacement. And to me, that's a better thing. If I have somebody come in with pain and I can get them not to have surgery, that's better than doing surgery. So I'm very conservative in that approach. Once everything's been exhausted, surgery is the last option, and it's a big thing to do, but can provide really significant relief.
Yeah. So if pain relief is one thing, is there anything we can do in terms of our health, our diet, our exercise to maybe improve the things that are going on?
One thing is really staying active and keep moving is really what we always recommend. Don't feel like you have to sit on the couch and become a couch potato. Something that helps knee pain a lot and hip pain is exercise bikes and swimming. The motion is just a little bit more gentle than walking or those types of things. So sometimes people with really upset knees do well with biking and do well with swimming. And then that helps keep the bones healthy and strong. For some people, weight loss can actually reverse the really severe pain. That's another option that's out
We're just
there.
reducing the stress load and the weight load that the knees and the hips are carrying, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
And that can really turn things around for some people. And as far as diet, just eating well, eating a lot of protein, and having a good balanced diet is what we recommend.
Okay. And how about cartilage? When that goes, is it gone? Because that's that bone-on-bone pain that a lot of folks feel, and that's what's happening. Is there any way to rebuild or maintain cartilage in the knee?
So cartilage is a very clean, white, lubricated surface that you walk on throughout your whole life. It's a really very, very slippery surface. Once that gets worn out, there's not that much that can be done for the population over 65. If it's a very small area that's worn out, there are certain things that can be done to regenerate it. But if the whole joint is worn out, there's not that much that can be done. Eventually, once the cartilage wears out, you get bone-on-bone arthritis, which is basically like two pieces of wood rubbing together. It can be really painful. Can be clicking, catching, creaking. And for that, we can offer injections, oral medications, and eventually, if all else fails, joint replacements.
Okay. Now, you have some great technology down there at Saddleback, and one of them is this new Mako. Tell me about that.
So the Mako robot is an amazingly precise instrument that allows you to plan out and balance knee replacements with up to a millimeter of precision. You can really plan your bone cuts and get a very, very precise, well-balanced knee that performs well. You can also get away with a little bit smaller of an incision because the robot really helps guide the cutting.
Okay.
Now, it's me controlling the robot. I guide the robot.
It's not wheeling in there and saying, "Hi, everybody." And
It's not doing that. It's an arm that knows in 3D space where the bone is based on how it's registered beforehand.
Okay.
So I'm able to make very precise cuts with it and really plan things well and get a really balanced, high-performing knee replacement.
Okay, so is it a matter of it's mapped to the area, it's, so to speak, ahead of time? You've mapped it, and the robot goes in there. It knows exactly where it is as the makes goes into the knee, kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah. You get a preoperative CT scan.
Okay.
And then in the operating room, you register where the bone is. So then the robot knows exactly where the bone is. Then you balance out the ligaments, and you see how that patient's knee moves. And based on that, you can plan exactly where you want to put your components. And you get a lot more precision than you get with traditional methods.
Okay, and that's one of the benefits. What are some of the other benefits of using the Mako in terms of recovery time or the size of the incisions and those kinds of things?
Because of the precision of the instrument, you can sometimes get away with just a little bit smaller of an incision and a little bit less exposure, which theoretically will give patients a faster recovery. If you look at the large studies, there are not concrete studies out there saying that the recovery is faster with the Mako. It's more my opinion and my personal experience. But it's really an amazing instrument and really precise.
What are the benefits for you as a surgeon and for the patients in terms of overall using the Mako? What are the overall benefits you see?
I think it really gives well-balanced, high-performing knees. I think when you do a knee replacement, you have to make sure the knee is balanced when you have your knee straight and when you have it bent. So the Mako allows you to really plan those cuts and plan exactly where you want to put the implants. You can make very small adjustments, very precise adjustments, and give what I think is a really well-performing total knee replacement.
And now on the other side, after surgery, what are some of the things that you guys are doing these days that maybe wasn't being done 20 years ago? Is there kind of rehab goes on, recovery, and follow-ups?
There's a lot of nerve blocks that are being done in the operating room to get patients past that first 24 hours of really the most painful time, where we've really figured out how to numb up the sensory area without making the motor weak. In the old days, if you wanted to do a block, the whole leg would be dead.
Well, yeah.
But we've figured out now how to, our anesthesia colleagues are able to numb up parts of the knee without taking out the motor.
Okay.
So you're able to start moving and rehabbing without losing your strength.
Okay.
And with pain relief. We also do injections around the joint replacement when we do it. And we have these very special cocktails with multiple ingredients that basically makes certain areas of the joint numb right after surgery without weakening the muscle.
Sounds terrific. Well, Mako sounds amazing, and I'm sure they're very glad to have you over at Memorial Care Saddleback Medical Center. Dr. David Mulho, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. It's great to be here.
All right, we'll be right back. You're watching Village Television's This Day.
Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From a delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials. At 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio. Or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
Welcome back to This Day. Let's take a look at some announcements and events happening here in the Village. Get ready because the Village is kicking off its holiday celebrations with this year's holiday tree lighting and toy drive. This is happening this Saturday, December 2nd at 6 p.m. at Clubhouse 1. Make sure to bring a new unwrapped children's gift and come enjoy the festivities. This free event features Santa, our local fire department, and Aliso Niguel High School carolers. You can enjoy cookies and hot cocoa, and this is a great Village kickoff to the holiday season. And speaking of the holidays, you probably need to do a little shopping. So if you're ready for some shopping, then come enjoy the Holiday Boutique at Age Well Florence Sylvester Senior Center. The boutique takes place this Saturday, December 2nd, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Come support local artists while you shop. And now taking a look at the weather, it's drying up out there from the rain that we had last night, and we may still see a little more wetness before the morning is through, but mostly it'll be cloudy today with a high of 63 and a low of 49. Tomorrow on Friday, it'll be cool and partly sunny with a high of 64 and a low of 46. Going into the weekend, it'll be mostly sunny and pleasant as the temperatures will bump up a little bit each day. On Monday, it's going to be beautiful and we'll have plenty of sunshine. And looking ahead to next week, the temperatures will continue to rise and it's going to be a beautiful week. Taking a look ahead tomorrow on this day, we have the South Coast Singers. Just so many holiday events coming up. It's such a great time to be here in the Village. And we will also have Sports Corner with Cole Young. I hope you enjoyed the show for this day. I'm Bobby Higgins. We'll see you next time. Have a great day.
Irvine Barclay Theater is your home for the best in live entertainment. Here's what's coming up next. For tickets and information, visit thebarclay.org.
Hi there, I'm Bob Eubanks. Remember me? I'm the king of whoopee. And you're watching Village Television. But everybody does.